Good evening and thanks for joining us here on MTN. I'm Keely Van Mittendorf.
And I'm Tim McGonigal. Montana has 2 new cases of coronavirus tonight. It brings the total to 480. One of the cases is a female inmate at the Yellowstone County Detention Center in Billings. The other new case is in Bighorn County. The state has also sustained its 17th COVID-related death. The victim, a woman in her 80s in Yellowstone County, that county's 3rd death. There are 23 active cases in Montana. 3 people are hospitalized. And as all 50 states are now in various stages of reopening, a new study shows at least 17 states are showing a surge in coronavirus cases. More than 1.6 million Americans have been infected with the coronavirus, and more than 98,000 have died, according to Johns Hopkins University. In 20 states, the number of new cases each day are generally going down. Just yesterday, the World Health Organization said those states that ignore measures such as social distancing are at risk of seeing a resurgence in coronavirus.
In court news, Cascade County Judge Greg Pinsky ruled that hundreds of animals will not be returned to a Great Falls area woman at an animal cruelty hearing today. Pamela Jo Polieski faces charges including aggravated animal cruelty, a felony. Cascade County deputies seized over 170 animals from her property after a fire on May 6th. The animals are being taken care of by the county at undisclosed locations. Now, Pinsky also required Polieski to post bond for 1 month's care of the animals, roughly $31,000. If she doesn't pay by June 1st, she will forfeit the animals to the county. Racky previously told MTN that the animals could become adoptable pending results of this hearing. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. And the Cascade County Sheriff's Office recently finished installing a new switchboard system in their jail facility. The old switchboards had been in use since 1997. The new system should be more reliable and will offer a variety of new features designed to keep both the inmates and employees at the detention center safe. The project cost $580,000 and involved multiple contracts acquired through city commission bids. Sheriff Jesse Slaughter says that the new technology will go a long ways in making the day-to-day operations of the jail more efficient.
They work all the time where our old ones weren't working properly. That's for starters. They also have more features. They have more safety features for the officers, so the officers can't sometimes accidentally open doors when not intended, but then also there's also features to open all the doors in case of an emergency that weren't in the old ones.
And the new system also allows detention facility workers to have more control over security measures like isolating cell doors and communicating with other officers.
Yesterday, we told you a portion of the River's Edge Trail in Great Falls is temporarily closed, and the work got underway today to replace the pedestrian crossing between the Civic Center and Mitchell Pool parking lot. According to Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad, it will improve the surface for bikes, pedestrians, and wheelchairs. The crossing will be closed through tomorrow. It's been a windy day here in Montana, and our STORMTracker weather team is here to tell us more.
Grant Garland joins us now, and Grant, those of us here in north central Montana aren't used to.
Oh, you're right, and I mean, I'm trying to still get used to it. All the wind, I don't know, it like blows my hair up and down. I have very light hair, people. 38 mile per hour winds in Cut Bank, down towards Great Falls, 35 and 37 in Helena, 28 in Glasgow, 38 in Havre. Now, currently we are seeing winds definitely dying down towards out of the west rather, at 8 miles an hour here in the Electric City. Still blowing at 21 miles an hour out of the north in Cut Bank. So temperatures today right now 56 degrees, not too shabby, 62 in Helena, 54 in Lewistown, 50 in Cut Bank, and 59 in Havre. Today's high did get up to around 73 degrees for the Electric City. The record though set back in 1936 when it was 94 degrees. Also the year that 4 Campbell tomato can soup was around 25 cents. How about that? My grandma would be proud, I remembered. 77 degrees though for the high in Havre and 69 in Cut Bank, 73 in Helena. Now coming up, we're going to talk about some warmer weather moving in from the south later on in the show. But for now, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Grant. New information tonight about a man who was attacked by a grizzly bear in Big Sky yesterday. According to the Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks, the man was mountain biking by himself on private property on a trail above Ouzel Falls when a bear attacked him after being surprised. FWP says they're not looking for the bear and they do not plan on euthanizing it at this point because the encounter was likely due to it being surprised. The call was reported around 1 p.m., but the attack happened sometime before. The man suffered injuries to his face and back and was airlifted to Billings. As of Monday, the man, who is in his 60s, was in critical but stable condition. Gallatin County Sheriff's Office is paying close attention to calls coming in on bear sightings in the area. Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks says 3 orphan bear cubs will be taken by a facility in Arizona. The cubs were orphaned last month after their mother was injured in a surprise encounter with a hiker along the Rocky Mountain front. FWP had to euthanize the sow. The cubs were captured and taken to Montana Wild in Helena, while FWP and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service could search for a facility to care for them. Wildlife managers ultimately settled on Bearizona Wildlife Park. The park covers more than 150 acres and is accredited by the Zoological Association of America. Coming up on the 10 o'clock news is the check in the mail.
Some Montanans are still waiting to see their unemployment benefits.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 10 o'clock news continues on KRTV, Montana's news leader.
And welcome back to the 10 o'clock news. Public transportation is about to hit the road in the Electric City. The Great Falls Transit District will open the bus doors on June 1st. The agency will require all passengers to wear a mask when using the bus. They will also be doing regular deep cleaning of the buses themselves. They're asking passengers to stay home if they have a fever or cough.
Department of Labor leaders are hard at work making sure Montanans receive their unemployment payments.
But as I heard firsthand, not everyone is seeing the benefits that they deserve. City bus driver Mark Statham was furloughed from his job due to COVID-19 back in March. He'd previously worked as a seasonal truck driver and had applied for unemployment benefits before.
So I really had an advantage, I thought, compared to most people.
But he soon found out a filing error on the state's part would lead to months of uncertainty and frustration.
But it's just closed door, closed door, closed door. End of call.
He reached out to the Department of Labor and Industry multiple times, hoping to correct their mistake.
2 times out of, I think, 213, 2 times I was able to get an answer.
Statham says he was told his case would be settled and his benefits approved. But after more weeks of waiting, still no follow-up.
Non-pay due to unresolved issue from 411, 509, 516.
Statham says it was only after he called Senator John Tester's office this month that his case was settled that same day.
Then unemployment gave me a call back and said, oh, we just processed that this morning.
He worries others that don't have as much determination aren't getting through.
You have to throw a pretty big rock to get somebody to listen. Surprise.
That dial tone means that they did not get into the queue.
DLI spokesperson Lauren Lewis told MTN News there is still a way to speak to an operator, but doesn't guarantee all calls will be taken. Statham also attempted to leave a half dozen emails through the DLI site with no luck.
I've got an updated computer. When you write a note to them and hit submit, boom, it throws you into a page that says error.
He says the option to even email the state disappeared on some pages.
Your claimant handbook, in Spanish, nothing in there about how to contact them.
Lewis told MTN News the department is currently updating features on their site.
We did initially take down the dashboard on the UI claimant portal to stabilize the system.
Lewis says callers who dial and email the department repeatedly are only hampering efforts to help fellow Montanans.
It's absolutely congesting our incoming lines.
Statham says he understands the department is inundated right now, but believes improvements must be made.
They should open the phone. They should pick up the phones. You know, I know they're busy, but man.
Lewis says they received 2 million calls in April compared to 13,000 for the month of February.
We've shifted approximately 200 staff members to assist our UI division.
She says they also have 75 people solely focusing on cases with more employees in training.
We have lots of employees here working for the Montanans that really need help at this time.
The DLI has seen a 1,452% increase in initial UI claims since Montana saw its first COVID-19 case. They've issued $376 million in unemployment benefits since March 16.
Processing Montanans' claims really is our top priority.
Statham says he's able to forget everything except what he feels is an attempt to block concerns as officials deal with cases.
I called it a firewall several times. They have blocked calls.
Tester says there are problems within any department, but it will take everyone to find better solutions.
Get them to your federal delegation. Tell your county commissioners about it. I just think if there's an opportunity to spread good ideas around, I think we need to do it.
Statham says the pandemic has left his family to run on one income and can't help but wonder how many other Montanans are in his situation or worse.
They can't collect the benefits that they've earned.
He's left at a standstill until he can return to a new normal.
Beef it up. We're having an emergency here. You guys are working, your paychecks are coming in.
In Great Falls, Keely Van Middendorp, MTN News. And DLI says many Montanans are getting their benefits. In April, 78.7% of all Montanans who filed received their benefits within the month.
And we have more ways to get in contact with DLI on our websites.
Showers right now moving along Highway 2. When will they end? And also, when is this warm up coming? I'll have that and more coming up in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. It has definitely been a breezy day. Mary Poppins, I'm surprised she didn't fly onto the screen there. 38-mile-per-hour wind gust in Cut Bank, 35 in the Electric City, down towards the Capitol around 37. Just all in all, a really blustery day, 37 in Jordan and 28 in Glasgow. But I have some good news. We are looking at our winds dying down right now, and we're going to continue to see them die down and shift out towards the east. So as we head throughout the night, still having to deal with 10 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts, but by around 12:30, we're going to start to see 5 to 10 miles an hour in Kalispell kind of make its way towards us. By 6 a.m., dealing with only light winds. The only problem is our friends still in Glasgow, y'all are going to have to deal with that windy day tomorrow morning. But the good news too is that as the day wanes on, it should die down to around 10 to 20 by the mid-afternoon. So good news there. The winds will die down. We just got to get through the early morning hours. But outside right now, 56 degrees in Great Falls. Helena, just slightly warmer at 62. Cut Bank, 50 degrees, and Lewistown, 54. Looking at other places, 61 degrees in Jordan, 63 in Glasgow. Head on over to Kalispell, 57 degrees. Now, over the last 3 hours, we have been looking at showers kind of right along US 2, and taking it in, zooming on here. We're looking at a few showers around Cut Bank, out towards Chester too, seeing a few showers making their way towards Havre. And then we kind of have these scattered little showers, kind of annoying towards Opheim as well as Wolf Point, Scobie, heading on out to Plentywood, Medicine Lake, and Culbertson. So that's what we're looking at. And the good news is this should, though, stop in the next couple of hours, the rain. That's because this high pressure, as we continue throughout the night, we're going to see clouds try and build on into the area. So a mostly cloudy night. Thing is, the high pressure will actually intensify as we head into the morning. Throughout the day, we will start to see our clouds break apart for a partly sunny day, and then it's going to start skedaddling out towards the west. And as it does so, we're going to see our temperatures start to really build in with the heat. It's going to take its place towards the Pacific Northwest, and it's going to build. And for a better show, warm air is going to be brought in to the area. We have this ridge here. That's what we call it, kind of like a rainbow, if you would. And as it makes its way in, this is going to be on Friday, notice the warmer colors. They're going to start to push up with the high pressure. We're going to start to see hot temperatures on Saturday, looking at 80 plus degree temperatures. Now these temperatures are what we usually see in July, so a lot of warm air. If you are going to be going outside tomorrow, know that we're looking at a UV index count at very high, where you can actually easily burn around 15 minutes if you aren't using the proper sunscreen. As we head throughout the weekend, temperatures will rise to around 87 degrees here in Great Falls before falling down to 82 on Monday. And we are only 25 days out until summer, so I know a lot of us are excited about that. You can always follow me on social media, meteorologist Grant Garland on Facebook, as well as on Twitter and on Instagram. As we head throughout the night, temperatures around 5 a.m., 46 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. The clouds break apart, though, for a partly sunny day, starting us off at around 8 a.m. And for our friends in Helena, too, we're looking at 51 degrees by 5 a.m., by 8 a.m. 56 with mostly sunny skies. Continuing throughout the work week, we're going to see our temperatures rise, and showers and thunderstorms into the weekend, and we're going to end a better chance rather of scattered showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. And then for our friends in Helena, we're going to be looking at the same with temperatures right around that thing. So back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Grant. Just ahead, Butte gets ready for some baseball.
We head to the mining city for that story next.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 10 o'clock news continues on KRTV, Montana's news leader.
Welcome back. Bobcat football can return to the practice field soon. MTN's John Miller talked to tight ends coach Nate Potter this afternoon about the upcoming season.
Last week, it was announced that the Bobcat student athletes could return to athletic facilities on June 1st. The Bobcats offense has some catching up to do on implementing new coordinator Justin Udy's offense.
The most obvious thing is we didn't get those spring reps. So we just got to overcome that right now mentally by installing those new parts of the offense and getting those mental reps and making sure the guys understand it inside and out, and then wasting no time when we do get to practice.
For the tight ends group, they've been preparing for life as normal no matter what happens this season.
We're controlling what we can right now. I'm staying optimistic personally.
For Potter, he has a luxury. 10 tight ends are on the MSU roster.
I know it's not normal, but our brand of football requires, fullback body types, multiple tight ends. In order for us to be successful and do what we want to do, we got to be able to utilize all 10 guys.
A former Arizona Cardinals offensive tackle, he has plenty of knowledge to offer his players.
It's just a mentality. It's a mindset. It's that mindset that you're going to be the more physical blocker and you're going to win your one-on-one matchup.
Potter is glad he doesn't have to teach them how to prepare for players he faced in the NFL, like future Hall of Famer Julius Peppers. But he has been helping one Bobcat who might be blocking guys like that in the future. Former defensive end Bryce Stirk, who is transitioning to tight end with the Dolphins.
We are going to be kind of going back and forth, and I'm going to give him as much input as I have. I'm a big fan of his, man. I know he's going to do big things, so I'm fired up for him.
In Bozeman, John Miller, MTN Sports.
Well, America's pastime is back in the mining city, and MTN's Don Tibbetts tells us how the Butte miners plan to make the most of a saved summer season.
Yeah, I guess the first thing that comes to mind is being thankful, and we preach that to the kids. There's a lot. You're right. There's a lot of people that aren't able to play right now, and we got the okay to start our games next weekend. We're extremely excited and can't wait to get out there and compete and have a little bit of fun.
The Butte Silverbow Health Department finally gave the Butte Miners the go-ahead to officially start their season this upcoming Saturday, which for seniors like Ryan Wall will make a world of a difference as he prepares to take his talents to the next level.
Just seeing live play so much different than practice. Doesn't even matter if it's like a scrimmage, just facing people that you're not used to playing against and different arms and that different skill sets, it's eye-opening.
Wall isn't the only Ryan on the team that will use this season to sharpen their skills for college. The University of Mary will welcome in his teammate, Ryan Bird. And for the 6'6" senior, it's a dream come true.
It was awesome. It was always a goal of mine to play college baseball, and now that's actually happening. I'm really excited.
Burt will head into next season trying to make his way into the Marauders pitching rotation. Wall will try to do the same for the Jimmies, an opportunity that didn't seem likely just 2 months ago. But both Ryans will lead the way for the Miners this season, helping restore a sense of normalcy back to the mining city sports scene. In Butte, Dom Tibbetts, MTN Sports.
And like many things across the U.S., sports are beginning to see a resurgence, and with that comes sports betting. Sportsbet Montana opened kiosks all across the state shortly before the COVID-19 pandemic. Now sports are beginning to return. Jennifer McKee, communications manager for the Montana Lottery, says the sport with the most number of bettors up to this point is mixed martial arts, with over $30,000 wagered, and sports like Korean baseball and golf also seeing action as well. Well, here at home, a Great Falls native will make her national TV debut on Monday.
Tom Wiley tells us where you can watch.
Shauna Applegate is a family practitioner at Alluvian Health in Great Falls, and at work, she's all business. But if you turn on the TV Monday morning, you might see a different side of the healthcare provider.
It's the green pea right here. Is it Shauna? Come on, Shauna.
Last year, Applegate and her grandma Cheryl took a trip to the West Coast where part of the adventure was attending and being a contestant on the long-running game show Let's Make a Deal.
So we made our costumes on the way, like as we were driving and traveling, which was very interesting. We were 2 peas in a pod, you know, kind of true to life. The day we were there from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and taping an hour and a half, so it was a long day. And
Applegate can't disclose the results of the show, but she can tell you her time on camera is worth watching.
Go!
you know, you never think you're going to get picked on one of these things, so I wasn't really completely paying attention when they were like, this is the way you run, this is what you do, and yeah, I probably did some things that were not called for. Ran the wrong way, wig falling off. It was a blast.
Appearing on national TV was certainly a highlight, but it wasn't the purpose of the trip.
So my grandma was going through cancer treatment for lung cancer, and she wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. So I decided, let's make a big thing out of this. So we flew to Arizona, drove to the Grand Canyon, over to Hollywood, went to a day of Let's Make a Deal, and then we drove to Vegas and flew home.
An adventure worth remembering, whether she wins or not.
It's a new Audi A3.
It was so much fun.
Tom Wiley, MTN News.
Now, Shauna's grandmother underwent successful chemotherapy in 2019 and is looking forward to her next trip. Her appearance on Let's Make a Deal airs Monday at KRTV at 10 a.m.
And stick around, a final check of your forecast is next.
Welcome back, everybody. As we head throughout the night, we will see clouds building into the area. By 5 a.m., 46 degrees, but then, hey, 8 a.m., 50 degrees. I'll take that all day with mostly sunny to partly sunny skies. And for Helena, we're going to be looking at really the same situation, mostly cloudy skies throughout the night, warming up to 55 degrees as we walk out the door into work. And all together, 46 degrees in Havre tonight, 45 in Great Falls, as well as 50 in Helena, 41 in Butte. And tomorrow, warming up to 73 degrees in Helena, 69 in Great Falls. And one last look at our forecast. We're going to see temperatures warming up, guys, to July-like temperatures this week.
And congratulations to the 2020 senior class at Hart Butte High School. Yesterday, 16 students earned their diplomas during a ceremony complete with social distancing measures.
The class used many traditional decorations for the ceremony. They held it outdoors on the football field. The school superintendent said after an unusual academic year, they wanted to honor the students with something special.
Isn't it funny how I feel like social distancing measures will be just as commonplace as traditions?
That's right.
Graduation ceremonies.
I'm just glad they're getting to have an actual ceremony.
Very true. Yeah, congrats again. That's all the time we have at 10. Have a great night.
Good night.